Hi everybody, I'm Frank O'Brien and welcome to robertfranciswine.ie. Today, in the latest of my wine blogs, I'm reviewing a Chablis Premier Cru from Lidl. It is called the Florine De Feussac 2007. This retails in Lidl nationwide for about $16.99 a bottle, and according to the wine website at Lidl, it received about 83 points. So, let's have a look at it. Chablis is a fantastic wine and it's one of my favourite white wines. Made with 100% Chardonnay, it's white Burgundy, and it really does offer great wines that sometimes are not the most expensive wines compared to the quality that you get in them. You know, everybody goes, oh, white Burgundy, oh my god, they think of Montrachet, and that the costs are prohibitive. Chablis really does offer some really good value. $16.99, certainly south of €20, is definitely, you know, where you'd be expecting it to be a lot of the time. The slightly better ones now obviously will go over €20, but you really can pick up some good wines in that bracket. Like I said, it's made with 100% Chardonnay, and it has that kind of Chardonnay gold colour that you would expect on it. And it's always funny, and makes I suppose wine snobs laugh when you hear people say that they don't like Chardonnay. They never drink Chardonnay, but Chablis is one of their favourite wines. And there's a nice subtle nose to this now. It's not New World on the nose, this is definitely Old World. It has nice apples, definitely apples. A bit more Braeburn apple now though, kind of like a broader apple rather than a razor sharp Granny Smith apple. There's the slightest touch of honey, but very faint. And maybe some floral notes as well. Little bit of floral lift. But overall a nice nose. It's certainly better than an 83-point wine, so maybe we could be going for 2 on the trot here now, where I think they're better than the Lidl wine website does. And this isn't bad actually. It's got good weight on the palate, it's got good acidity, and there's definitely a touch of minerality in this wine, which you would expect from a Chablis because it's mostly limestone soil up there in the north of France. There's a good finish on this wine, I'm still tasting it. Well balanced, nice fruit again, the apples, slightly honeyed characteristics. They're heading toward baked apple. They're not baked, but they're kind of a third of the way there where they've started to break down a little bit. And there's a touch of honey as well. This is actually a really solid wine. At $16.99 now, it's not cheap. But it's a pretty solid Chablis, and it's as good as some at the same price bracket that I've had from other places. Certainly probably my favourite of the Lidl wines so far. It's got good finish, good acidity, good balance, good fruit, and a touch of minerality. I'd have to go 87 points on this wine. I think it's better than the 83 that they've given it. I think they've been very hard on it. I think that this wine would be great at Christmas time. I think with a nice piece of turkey, or if you're having a prawn cocktail starter or anything seafood related, this would be absolutely great. Now, it's not like a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, people. If you like New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc and you like that razor sharp acidity that goes straight down the middle of your palate, this will not give you that. This is much broader. It's much more, you know, Italian Friulano, or it's much, or even some Semillons or Semillon Sauvignons. It's much broader on the palate than a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. But if you like, if you want to try a Chablis, you haven't had one before, there's a Lidl near you, certainly could do a lot worse than this. It is a tad pricey, in my opinion. I think if it was $13.99, I'd be all over this like a rash. But I think at $16.99, it's still pretty solid and 87 points. So, that's a good show. I'm very happy with that. I will see you next time on robertfranciswine.ie.